Well, welcome everybody to the Monday morning Mailbox Power Mastermind call, where it's truly a mastermind. It's not a Mike and Brenda show. We do not want to just have this be us training you. We learn from you all of the time. So a rising tide lifts all ships, and that's why we are here every Monday morning to learn from each other and strategize together, so that we can all grow our Mailbox Power businesses. So we always like to start out with wins. Did anybody want to share a win for the week? And it's okay if there aren't any. Kimberly.
My win is I used the new booklet product to make a birthday booklet for my girlfriend. And this is the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, it goes way beyond a greeting card. And, we've known each other for a very long time. I actually worked with her at Inc. magazine. So you can go and you can take your time and you can use pictures and quotes. And I can't wait till she gets it.
Awesome. Yes, I'm excited about the new booklets. I sent one to myself. So I did one and I have it coming. And I'm super excited about it. Just to play with it. I was like, what am I going to do? But what you just said, the other thing I had kind of thought about, but not 100%, is it really could be a photo book. So it could be celebrating a wedding. It could be celebrating a birth. It could be a one year birthday, which my grandson just had. It could be a year in review of the company and what's happened in the year. Especially, I know we have a few people on here that work with nonprofits. What if you put a booklet together every single year of all of the outreach you did and all of the impact you had? Make sure people are taking pictures at those events. And then when you go out to get donors, you can say, this is what we did last year, or this is what we've done the last 2 or 3 years. And we would love to have you a part of our community.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that just came off the top of my head. So you got it.
And I have a Mailbox Power member who is part of a nonprofit. So I can't wait to go.
Awesome. Yes, I know there's a few on here that work with quite a few nonprofits. So that's an idea. And of course, any of you, it can be a lead magnet too. It could be your giveaway. Have you written a short book? Do you have, whether it's in Mailbox Power or in your real estate business or Legal Shield or whatever it is, do you have your top tips? Or maybe it's a brand new member to your unit. Maybe somebody on here is top up in a network marketing company. I know Tiffany, Tiffany Sosa. I'm like, what's the last name? Tiffany Sosa does a gigagram. But imagine now being able to do a whole booklet of 8 pages, 12 pages, whatever. I can't remember. I think it's 8, 16, 32. Is that what? I don't know. But anyways, to be
32.
Yeah, 32 is the biggest. But to be able to put your SOPs, standard operating procedures, for those who don't know what an SOP is, you have to deal with my military lingo. So standard operating procedures, or your checklists for your VAs or anything like that. They think of all the different things, because you can even put the QR codes for the videos. So you could do QR codes in there for them to watch training videos all throughout. And that could be your onboarding for your company, for your VA, whatever that might be. Boy, we're on a roll with booklets. Anybody else got ideas? Come on, shoot them out. I'm loving this.
Who else? Onboarding manual.
It's so funny you said that, because I was just going to say, when people start, I'm trying to get this company to use it from their HR department, or cards to welcome new employees. But also when people leave, The good ones, to say, here's some memories of your time with us. Because we want, those people are the ones that are out there in the world, right? They're talking about your company.
Yeah.
And that might be a good thing because I want them to stay connected.
Yep. Kathy, what was your idea?
Just that for the booklets, people that have a book like you or somebody and you want to send out a little snippet of your book to somebody, it's a really great way to use the 8-page one. Just give them a little teaser and
one chapter,
then,
yeah,
something like that. It's perfect for that.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
There any other ideas? Nanette.
You could also use it as a mini catalog, for example, for all of the Christmas products that are coming out, and maybe show some close-ups and some details on why that would be especially good for your company, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I love it. That's actually what I did with mine. Is I have a presentation this Thursday at my BNI group. And so I made, I think it was 10 of them. And it was some of the new products or some of the popular products that we have. And I made a booklet just because I was like, I need something to show, but I don't know what. Like, my brain was stuck. So this is helping me this morning too. Kimberly started my juices because it wasn't working on my own.
My granddaughters were over last week, and I was showing my daughter the booklet because she's an artist. So for her, for her catalog. But my granddaughter, the 9-year-old, is always looking out for her 4-year-old sister. And she asked me, she goes, Oma, can you make one of these into a coloring book for Eliza?
Oh, good idea. Think of the insurance agents. Think of, I'm thinking of people that work with children a lot, is to go out and find some of those images. Most of them are free. There's lots of kids things at downloads that you can get, and download the images and put them in a coloring book. That's a cool idea. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah,
Mary.
I made activity books for some teachers. So
Did ya?
that too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry, Mary.
Mary.
Hey, I love it. I love all that we're sharing here. So don't feel bad, Kathy. It's totally okay. So I love the idea about the coloring book. So around here in El Paso, there's actually a company that does an advertising magazine that is a coloring book. So each advertisement is a coloring page. Like, no, they don't have any color on them.
Oh,
which
wow.
I think that this is definitely a way that I can kind of compete with that. That would be kind of fun. But my thought was, so I have children with autism, and this would be a great way to make some social stories for them. Because sometimes there's things that come up in life that we need to talk about, and it's hard for them to conceptualize that. So it'd be a really quicker, easier way to make those social stories for them that we sometimes need. And then I can share that opportunity with some other people that are in that field as well. So thank you.
Yeah, because isn't there those programs that are free online where you can switch it over to a cartoon? So if you had their ad, just make it into a cartoon, and then you could put it in a coloring book. I'm pretty sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds cool too.
I didn't know you could make them into a cartoon. Kathy, you'll have to show me that sometime. She muted, so she's on chat, so she's probably got somebody she needs to help. Any other ideas for the booklet? The other thing I was thinking is if who's watching either right now live or on the recording doesn't have a book, this is a great way to start, because you can do as little as 8 pages. So think of something that you want to write and start there. And imagine, there was a lady at eWomen Network that was at conference, and little itty bitty books. They're really small. There's not a lot in them. So think about that one idea. Anybody can write And trust me, I know, because we have brain blocks, but anybody can write 8 pages. I mean, even if it's just, think about people that are trying to get their memoirs down to share with their families. Now we're talking about a lot of personal ways to use it. We have talked about some ways for business. Any other ways for business? Because of course we service mostly businesses and organizations. So what are some other ideas that we can give them? Mary?
So I was thinking about what someone said earlier about there being an employee, not only the employee handbook that could come out of this, but also the thank you so much for your service. And not just when they're leaving, but at the 5-10 year mark. Because for example, I have over here this lovely card that my husband got from his company saying, thanks so much for your 4 years of service.
Yeah.
He was just like, he just tossed it. He was like, whatever. And I was like, let me keep that for marketing purposes.
Yeah.
Because this is the same card they use for birthday, everything. And I'm just like, and I've been trying to get them on Mailbox Power for years now. I'm not sure still what they give me some weird excuses every time, but it's just dumb every time. Like they just don't want to learn something new, I think. So, but anyway, so stuff like that I think would be phenomenal for a lot of businesses, whether they're big or small. I think they could all handle doing something more personal than, you know, something like that. So.
Exactly. Any other ideas while we got the juices flowing on this one?
How about an onboarding manual for people who just joined the company, and it could be a real good welcome along with a mug or whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking HR companies for sure. It'd be a way, again, it's that training manual, whether it be for an HR bringing a new employee on or a new teammate on in direct sales or network marketing, is a step-by-step. What do you need to do first? So if you're a manual in HR, have you gone to get your badge? Have you done this? Have you gotten your account online? Have you, and step through. And like I said, you can add QR codes. So the videos, because many companies have training videos that need to be watched, but trying to find those all, unless they're in one central site, a lot of times they come in an email. And we all know how many emails we all get. Now, maybe as a new employee, you don't have that many in your box, but imagine being able to have it all in a small booklet that they just now scan the next QR code, watch the next training video, got that done, check it off.
And it'd be great for it to be personalized to each person, because they're going to pay way more attention to that.
Yep, exactly. Teresa.
Brenda, I was just wondering can you create that booklet as an automation, like have it as an automation so that you have your dynamic QR code in there, but then you can have other QR codes that go to wherever the heck you want them to go to. It doesn't matter, but you can make that an automation, right?
Yeah,
okay,
I think
good.
so. Kathy, if she's not tied up with a customer, I'm
here. No, I think, well,
hold on. I'm going to find out.
They would be.
I'm going to find out. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because they're in different pages in there, it's got to be a separate shipment. So when you do more than one QR code in an automation, right, it goes by shipment.
Right. But she's talking about putting just generic QR code. She'd put the actual QR code.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Booklet.
Yeah,
and
the dynamic QR code won't work, but
but
you can one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Put one dynamic QR code as your main QR code, and then have other ones sprinkled in there wherever you.
Yeah, you would just have to actually put an image of the QR code. The rest of it,
right.
You wouldn't be able to.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on, okay. I'm making sure that we can pull a booklet because I've got a booklet. So I'm going to see saved projects. Yep. I can add a booklet to an automation. So absolutely. Sure. I figured you could, but before I spoke out of turn and found out that we can't, I wanted to double check. So yes, you can even add t-shirts I'm looking at what I can add to an automation. I built t-shirts. So you could add a t-shirt. So a brand new employee gets the onboarding handbook and a t-shirt for the company with their name and their logo. Because of course you can use merge fields on the t-shirt.
Right.
So it would create a unique t-shirt for every single new employee. So think about that. You know, I was just thinking, for those that are watching, I don't think anybody on here today is a Pampered Chef rep, and they do have a pizza cutter, but imagine that's an inexpensive when somebody becomes a new team member on Pampered Chef. Wouldn't it be cool to have their name and, Pampered Chef logo or something on it? Yes, I know they have pizza cutters, but and maybe that was a bad suggestion since they have their own, but just a thought. Or a chef, a caterer, anything like that. That would be a great gift. So what about
Even just the t-shirt with, something with Pampered Chef, would be great. And then send the little booklet kind of explaining what your steps are and how to get started. Man, my mind is blowing up this morning.
Good.
I can't take it.
Good. I'm glad. This is what this is all about. So I was just thinking t-shirts, not just for employees, but for team members, because they do think of conventions, whether it be eWomen and it's just the Colorado Springs chapter or the Denver chapter or Texas chapter, or if you're in a certain company, doTERRA, Legal Shield, or that, generally there's a day at convention and you all want to shout out that you're from your city or from your state, and everybody gets together for a big picture and they do t-shirts. Well, now we can do that. We can help them with that through the system. So if they have an account, and it could be personalized. Do you know how expensive? I've done this before. I've done it just recently before we offered t-shirts, to get t-shirts made and the setup charges and everything that's required. And these t-shirts are such high quality. You are not going to beat the prices we have for personalized t-shirts. Teresa.
The t-shirt. So my husband's birthday's coming up and I created one for him from the Pet Kids. Okay. But I was just wondering, I know we can customize the front. Can we do the back?
We can't right now.
Okay. That's
but
what I thought.
Justin
Okay.
and team watching this, eventually it would be really nice if we could do the back too.
Yes, please.
And I think that's probably because the majority of companies, a lot of companies, they do the front.
True.
They don't do the back, but some do. They have their big logo on the back and their name on the front. Somebody recently said, wouldn't it be really cool? Put a dynamic QR code on there. And then somebody scans that QR code on their t-shirt. So think about teams again, network marketing, direct sales, and you put a dynamic QR code to the intro video for a product or service. And now whenever somebody comes along and scans that, you're not going to get their statistics because it didn't go to that individual. Like if Kimberly gave the t-shirt to me, you're not going to know my friends that scanned it, but you're going to know every time somebody scanned Kimberly's shirt or my shirt if Kimberly gave it to me. So you know how many people are interacting with that person, and you can help that teammate. Then you can share ideas because now you know people are paying attention to them. Irma.
Yeah, I have a t-shirt. A friend of mine does tees online, so you can order just one. So I put a QR code on it. I don't wear it that much because it's too tight, but I'll have to wear it more and see if anybody. And it has my book, a QR code to go to my book on Amazon.
You'll definitely have to wear it and see if you get more sales.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the days you wear it and whether
stretch it out a little bit.
Whether within that next week you get more book sales.
Mm-hmm.
Mary.
Sure.
I just recently started a podcast, and I was thinking that this t-shirt booklet thing could come in pretty handy as a like a backup, like this is what I'm giving away for sharing the podcast, or different things. I'm just like I said, my mind is completely blowing up here with different things, and I don't know if I'm saying what I want to say correctly, but yeah, I'm super excited about all of this. I was recently at an event on Saturday called Elevate EP, and the whole event is put on by these two millionaires here in El Paso. And they basically paid for, like, I paid $10 for my ticket, but they provided breakfast. We were at a big fancy hotel. Like,
wow.
that $10 did not cover that event.
No
matter how many people were there. And the room was full, and their whole impetus for doing this, because they didn't sell anything at the event. Even the lead speaker, Sam Crowley, didn't, and I don't know if anybody knows him. He does the podcast every day is Saturday. And even he didn't sell from the stage. In fact, he's doing a free event tonight on Monday for all of us that were there. But it's because here in El Paso, everybody says El Paso's 10 years behind in business. We're never going to catch up. And so they're really trying to change that. And let me tell you, it put the fire under me.
Yeah.
I said, you know what, Sunday, I'm going to launch my podcast. And even though Sunday I was doing all this reorganizing and cleaning around my house, it was about time for bedtime. And I'm like, no, I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I did it. I recorded my first podcast.
See, there's a win. That's a win for the week.
That's huge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's huge. I know.
Thank you. I know. I was so nervous about it, but I just said, you know what? I'm just going to talk about what I know and what I love, and just get the first one started. And I did, and I'm super excited about it. But now, talking about all of this, I'm like, oh man, the expansion that I can do with all of this, and how much more I can help the businesses here in El Paso do exactly what those millionaires are trying to do, and bring everybody into this century.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
so excited.
And I was just thinking, as you were saying that, events, coaches, trainers, speakers that have events, they generally have a VIP or a super VIP ticket. Well, what if a t-shirt was one of those things, again, personalized to the recipient, where they got it ahead of time before the event so they could wear their t-shirt to the event? I mean, there's just Teresa.
So one of the things we were talking about, not being able to track the QR codes directly back to us, right? One of the things that I've been doing is I've been using Bitly to create unique QR codes. And then that way I can't see obviously who engaged with it, but I can see the engagement of that particular QR code. So that helps too a little bit to see.
Well, and as I was saying, so let's say I'm Kimberly's team member. Okay. And she sends me a t-shirt using the dynamic QR code with their team's video or the intro. She's going to know how many times somebody scanned it on my back or my front, because we can't do the back yet. Right. But on the front, she's going to know how many times it was scanned. So she's going to have those statistics, just not who scanned
it, right?
But true. Yeah, okay. Again, but Bitly, or there's several others out there where you can build QR codes.
Super easy.
I'm trying to remember. There's one that I've been using lately that allows you to brand it. So it's not Bitly, because so many people they see Bitly or that and they get scared of those type of links, but they're,
let me know if you remember, because I'm curious to find out.
I'll have to look it up, and then I can put it out on the affiliate group.
Great. That would be awesome.
Or anybody who wants it, text me or Facebook message me, and I will, when I find it, I will send it to you. But yeah, it's a way that you can brand it. So it can be Life's Real Currency / or LRC /. So it's branded with your whatever you want. Which is nice. And it'll attach, for those that have websites, you actually have to have a website, and whoever's managing your website, they do need to make some changes in the settings. I'm like, how do I best describe this without getting too geeky? In the settings of the website, they'll have to change a few things in order for that to work. But if you have a website and you have somebody that's doing it for you, they should be able to help you with that. So if you want that information, like I said, just text or Facebook message me, and I'll find that. I just, off the top of my head, I can't remember the name of it. Nanette. She might be.
Sorry, guys, I'm driving. You answered my question. I was thinking we could capture addresses off of the QR code and then send people information from that, but it sounds like it doesn't allow us to do that.
No, it's gonna, so the dynamic QR code, remember, what it does is when that QR code is scanned, it returns the information that is in the system for the person you sent it to. So if somebody else scans it, so if it's sent to me, Kimberly sends it to me, Kimberly's going to know if I've scanned it. But then if Mary comes along and scans it, she doesn't know that Mary scanned it, or Irma. It was off my shirt, but it's only the person that it's attached to in Mailbox Power.
Okay, thank you.
We can't possibly know who scans the QR code. There are technologies out there, but they are way more expensive than Mailbox Power to do that type of. There are ways. I've seen a new tool recently, but it is not inexpensive at all. So, yeah. There are ways to know who's going to your landing pages, and that specifically who's going to your landing pages or your website. Any other ideas for some of the new products, whether it be the booklet, the t-shirt, let's see, pizza cutter, the cutting board. I know I have somebody, a real estate agent, that's excited about the new cutting board. The slate one to be able to put logos and stuff on it, or the paddle one. Trying to think, what are some of our other new, I can't wait for the diffuser to come out. I don't think it's been released yet. Nope. Oh, the blanket. What about the picnic blanket? Again, a great.
Yeah, the picnic blanket is great for those tailgate parties and stuff, sports fans.
Yep.
Football people.
Tailgate, but also for new employees again. Maybe you don't want to do t-shirts, but you want to send a blanket to every new employee with the company. And it's got your logo on it. Your company.
Yep, I got one of those once from a company.
Yep.
I loved it.
My son works for Progressive, and I'll tell you, they know how to love on their employees. He gets stuff all the time. During COVID, when they started working from home, he'd get packages all the time with just little, some of it was, socks or something with Progressive logo on it. But they sent stuff all the time to them, so they feel appreciated. And that's what we need to do with our employees, our team members, our customers. We're at the bottom of the hour. Any last ideas? I love this. Maybe next week we'll continue with the ideas theme, especially with the holidays coming up. We did talk about holiday ideas, so keep those in mind. And last week we talked about the lifetime value of a client and going out and figuring that out. So these are just, you can go back and watch last week's video if you want, but those are the types of things we should be kind of thinking about right now, especially as the holidays approach, because like I said, I do my presentation on Thursday and I'm almost not, I did it before October, but if I had done it in October, I'm almost too late to the game for the holidays for businesses. Because, hold on, I will tell you really quick. Countdown. So we are 58 days away from Thanksgiving. We are only 58 days away from Thanksgiving, 90 days away from Christmas, and 97 days, less than 100 days until the brand new year. And if you want to celebrate Halloween and be different than everybody else, it's only 35 days. So people need to get their stuff together now and beat the holiday rush. Help them to not stress about the holidays. Get it done now. Nanette, one last thing, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, one last thing. Basically, to Mary and her husband and his really throwing off the, a happy anniversary card, that really can be made into something that makes a difference. And as you were talking about progressive, you need to love on your customers and you need to love on your clients and employees. I remember one of the guys early on in banner season was talking about he hit his 10th year anniversary with a company. Nobody acknowledged his service and he left, period.
Yep.
So,
Mary, I was going to say another, I just had it in my brain. I was thinking for that company that you've been talking to. Have you been talking to them or have you been sending them stuff?
Both. I've spent a lot of money on them.
Okay. Let me ask you this. When your husband gets something like that, if you were to turn around and make a card that would be a better representation of that and send it to them, to give them ideas versus sending mugs. So take what they're doing and show them how it can be done better, because they're probably getting a mug or coasters or they're getting a lot of goodies, but they're not relating it to how they would use it for their employees. So take those moments when your husband gets something or one of his coworkers gets something, and then put a package together that says, put a whole package together that says birthday, 5-year celebration, 10-year, and so that they know then how they can use it in the business versus having to come up with a brainstorming like right now that they've seen something and now how could we use it for us? Like make it specifically for them.
Yeah, make them
Thank
a
you.
booklet.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
I was going to say you could do a booklet with all the different ideas in it, which would be less than all the gifts, but you could mock the gifts up and then talk about how they would use it in their business. And
awesome.
use statistics. Go get the HR video. There are HR companies using Mailbox Power that have had great success. Go grab those videos, those success testimonies, and put it in that pamphlet.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Neil, I saw your hand up with this last one because we're over, but
okay, just a real quick, and I don't know if it's for this time or not, but I just noticed something in the design templates called Cornhole Mania. Do we sell cornhole things now?
we do. We have a mini cornhole game that is a desktop version of cornhole for fun in the office. So yes, we do offer cornhole. That is one of the new gifts. I actually have somebody who's a customer of mine, and I told them that I had ordered some samples for my training or my presentation this Thursday. He's like, did you get cornhole? You want to send me cornhole? I'd love one of those games. So I was going to, and then I saw the cost of them. So it's more of a higher end gift to give to somebody. It's not one of the lower price points. So I was like, well, maybe not that one right now, but he has been sending me some referrals and I've sent some gifts. So maybe the next time I get a referral, he'll get that as his gift for the referral.
Thank you.
So,
and by the way, your book is really down to earth. I don't know if you all have read that or not, her book, but well, can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. it was really good. It was written in a story where you're telling your story and the lessons from it. So it was really good. So
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Bring
that.
it-
Brenda, is
Commercial.
that book in our store?
It's not yet, Kathy. We are working on that.
Get on it, will you?
But if anybody does want a copy of that book, we are actually giving it away for free right now. You just have to pay shipping and handling. So if you go to our website, yes, Mary, lifesrealcurrency.com, lifesrealcurrency.com, there's a pop-up that will pop up on our website that says, grab your free book now and just pay shipping and handling, and we'll ship those out. We actually, and if anybody has a team of people that would like to get a whole case of them, call me. We are giving them away pretty inexpensive. We want to do a new version of the book. So we have some copies here at our house. So that's why we are sending the love out and letting people learn. And then we'll come out with a new version. So
Yeah, y'all need to read this book. It's fabulous.
really good.
thank you.
Really
Well,
good.
I hope you all have an awesome week, and we will see you next Monday on Mailbox Power Mastermind. Bye, everyone.
I know.